Hello children, welcome to another online revision class. In this class, we shall be running over some of the topics we discussed in the course of the term. So I enjoy you to sit tight and enjoy the class. Pick up your writing materials and ensure you take notes. Now, we shall begin. During the last term, we discussed so many sounds, vowel sounds, consonant sounds, diphthongs. For the purpose of this revision, we shall look at some of these sounds. Now let's begin with the diphthong. We discussed the diphthong I and A. Now let's take these two and look at them one after another. Before we go on, you know that a diphthong is a combination of two short vowels. The pronunciation of this diphthong starts from one simple or short vowel and ends at another short vowel. Remember that? Yes, we discussed it in the class. Now, the diphthong I is pronounced as I. The pronunciation starts from the short vowel A and ends at another short vowel E. And that gives us I. Remember your eye, that gives sight, right? Okay. Now, let's look at the spelling patterns for this diphthong. Like we discussed, there are many spelling patterns. The first one is the letter I. This letter I in these words takes the sound I. So, let's pronounce the words. Can you try it? Let's find out. The first one is mind. We can say mind, we say mind. Also, kind. Next, find. And rind. The letter E in the words takes the sound I. Let's go to the next spelling pattern. And now we have the letter I, followed by a consonant, and then letter E. Remember the letter E there is called a bossy E. You know it functions? It hops back and changes the vowel preceding that consonant after it from a short sound to a long sound. And so the short sound for that letter I is E. And if the letter E hops back, it will change it to a long vowel, the diphthong I. And this is found in words like find, price, strike, and also wise. There are many other examples like this in the dictionary. Find them out and write in your notebook. Another spelling pattern is the letter I followed by E. This occurs in words like pie, die, lie, and dried. We have also fried, etc. Check many other words like this in your dictionary and write them in your notebook. We have yet another spelling pattern, and this one is letter I followed by G and H. So the combination of I, G, H gives us the sound I. It occurs in words like plight, night, flight, sight, light, etc. Check for other words in the dictionary. We have another spelling pattern, and this one is letter Y followed by E. Remember, we talk about your I, which takes the same sound as the sound of the diphthong we are talking about. I, your eyes, right? We have also die, rye, and buy. Of course, when you part ways with your friend, you say bye. Now let's continue. Another spelling pattern is simply letter Y. And you know the letter Y takes two sounds. The first is E, which occurs in words like meat, right? Fancy, funny, right? But in the words described here, the letter Y takes the long diphthong or the long vowel sound, which of course is a diphthong I, and occurs in words like dry. Also, cry. We have fry, my, and etc. Now, check many other words like this in the dictionary and write them down in your notebook. Now, let's go to the next diphthong, and this time we shall be looking at the diphthong A. A is a combination of the short vowel E and the long vowel E, right? Good. Now, the spelling pattern for this sound are, the first one is letter A followed by I. This occurs in words like male, fail, raid, and tail. There are many other words like that in the dictionary. Think about the rain, main, so many other words. Check them out in the dictionary and write them down. We have also another spelling pattern, letter A followed by a consonant and then letter E. Here again we have the bossy E, right? The bossy E that changes a vowel preceding it to a long sound. Now, let's look at this word, made. The letter A in that word takes the sound A. This is because the bossy E at the end of the word hops back and changes it from A to A, the name of the letter, right? Of course, when you are asked to say the ABC, you say letter A and not letter A, letter A, and that's the name of the letter. And so when the bossy E comes, it will change it from A to A, the name of that letter. We have also fade, bake, take, lake, make, and so many other words in the dictionary. Check them and write many other words down. Now we have also the letter A followed by Y. This occurs in words like May, of course the month of May. We have also may I come in, yes. We have pray, we have bay, and say, right? Okay, so we shall stop here for the diphthongs. Let's try something else. Remember, your exam comes up very soon, and you will need this so that you'll be ready for the exam. Now, we are going to look briefly at this, which we discussed in grammar. We talked about active and passive voice. Remember? Good. Now, what do you mean by active voice? We said in active voice, the subject performs the action in the sentence. The subject of the sentence, do you recall that? The subject of the sentence. We say the subject of the sentence is the doer of the action in that sentence. Subject of the sentence is the doer of the action in the sentence. Now, this subject is represented by a noun phrase, or a pronoun, right? Good. Now, an action is represented by a verb. Yes, a verb we say is an action or a doing word, or a word that shows a state of being. So, the action in a sentence is actually represented by a verb. Take a look at these sentences. Number one says, Musa drove the car. Now, in that sentence, Musa is the subject of the sentence. Drove is the action carried out by Musa. Of course, we can say that Musa performed the action in that sentence. Now, it is active. The sentence is active. The teacher explained the lesson. The teacher is the subject of the sentence. Explained is the verb or the action. We have also Amina cooked the delicious meal. Amina, the subject of the sentence, and cook, the what? The action carried out by Amina. The bus driver asked us to wait. The bus driver asked us to wait. The bus driver, of course, is the subject of that sentence, and asked is the action he performed. Now, we have also the passive voice. Passive voice means that the subject is acted upon. Remember, in active voice, the subject performs the action. But in passive voice, the subject is acted upon. Now, let's again take a look at these sentences. Number one says, the car was driven by Musa. Let's check the active voice, where we say Musa drove a car. In this one, the car was driven by Musa. This means the subject of that sentence, which is car, was being acted upon. Now we have also the lesson was explained by the teacher. In active, we say the teacher explained the lesson. Passive, the lesson was explained by the teacher. Now we have also the delicious meal was prepared by Amina. That's passive, right? Because the subject of the sentence is acted upon. In active, Amina prepared the delicious meal. The last one, we were asked to wait by the bus driver. The bus driver asked us to wait, right? Active. Now for the passive, we say, we were asked to wait by the bus driver, right? Now, this is where we are going to stop for today. Do good to comment, ask questions in the comment section, and I will respond to you. Thank you so much. Remain calm and read your books, preparing for your exam. Till we meet you again next time. Bye.